Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. If you've been carrying credit card balances and you're finally ready to take control of your debt, a balance transfer credit card can be one of the most effective tools that you can use this year. These cards are designed with one purpose in mind, helping you move expensive debt to a more affordable place and giving you breathing room and a real plan to eliminate what you owe faster. So, in today's video, not only am I going to teach you strategies that actually work with balance transfer credit cards, I'll be covering every balance transfer credit card available in 2026, and this will be from every major financial institution. Now, I do want to note that yes, there are banks that are bigger by asset like PNC, Truist, and TD Bank, and they're technically larger than some banks like Capital One. However, those three aforementioned banks come with geographic restrictions, meaning you need to live in a certain state to qualify for their personal credit cards, whereas every bank on this list is available to any US resident, no matter what state they live in, so keep that in mind in case you think I may have missed something. Now, with that said, before we get into this list, I want you to have a clear understanding of what balance transfer credit cards really do. Because when used correctly, these aren't just credit cards, these are financial reset buttons. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. A balance transfer card is a credit card that allows you to move existing debt from one lender onto a new card, usually in exchange for an introductory period where you pay no interest at all. Most people use these cards to consolidate multiple balances onto one account, making their repayment plan easier to manage. Think about it like this. Instead of juggling 3 different due dates, 3 different minimum payments, and 3 different interest rates, you bring everything under one roof with one due date, one bill, one plan. But the real advantage is the promotional period. Most balance transfer cards in 2026 offer 0% APR anywhere from 12 to 24 months. And during this time, your entire payment is going towards the balance that you owe and not any interest whatsoever. So just understand that interest-free doesn't mean worry-free because you still have to make the minimum payment each month. And when the promotional period ends, the card will begin to charge interest at a normal APR. The average credit card APR in late 2025 was hovering somewhere between 23 and 25%, depending on the type of card that you had and your credit worthiness. And many lenders expect APRs to remain elevated throughout 2026. That means the real value of these cards is in using them strategically to eliminate debt before the promo period expires. Now, you might be thinking that moving your debt to a new lender with 0 interest sounds like a loophole, but it's not. Card issuers know exactly what they're doing. Even with the promotional rate, most balance transfer cards charge a balance transfer fee for taking on your debt. In 2026, that fee is typically anywhere between 3 to 5% of the amount that you transfer. So if you were to move, let's say $5,000, you'll likely pay anywhere between $150 to $250 in fees. And if you were to transfer a $10,000 balance, expect $300 to possibly $500 added onto your balance. At first glance, that fee may seem like a downside, but let's compare that to how much interest you would have paid if you left the balance where it is. Imagine you carrying that same $10,000 balance on a card that charges 25% interest without compounding. That's already $2,500 a year in interest, and most lenders compound interest daily. Whereas if you transferred the balance to a card with 0% interest for 12 to 24 months, you would pay a few $100s upfront and potentially save thousands over the long term. So just understand it's not free, but it's absolutely powerful when you understand how to use it correctly. So I want to make this clear, not everyone will qualify for balance transfer cards, and not everyone should use one. These cards are typically meant for people who already have good to excellent credit and they want a structured way to eliminate existing debt. In most cases, issuers look for a credit score around 680 to 700, or sometimes even higher than that. Some cards are more flexible and may approve applicants in like the mid 600s, but the best offers that have the longest promotional periods and the lowest fees, those are usually reserved for people with good to excellent credit. Another important thing to understand is that balance transfer cards have limits. You might get approved for a card, but the amount that you're allowed to transfer could be smaller than the amount that you actually owe. If you have an extremely large balance, you may need to combine multiple strategies and not just rely on a single card. Balance transfer cards work best for people who have a clear debt repayment plan and can realistically pay off what they owe before the promotional period ends. If you don't have a plan yet, then it's better to start with budgeting or increasing your income or even credit repair before you move debt around. I have several videos on this channel that can help with every single one of those scenarios. You can get a free budget calculator on www.successwithstevensmith.com. I have plenty of videos showing you how to increase your income through various methods. I also have a credit repair playlist down in the description of this video. One of the most painful things you see with balance transfer cards is people accidentally voiding their promotional period. Most cards have a very simple rule. If you miss a payment by even 1 day, the 0% APR will end immediately. You're then charged interest at the full rate going forward, and with APRs this high, losing your promotional period can put you right back where you started. So here's the rule. If your payments are not automatic, then make them automatic. And even if you're paying automatically, check your statements just to be sure that you're paying the exact amount that needs to be paid. Also, understand that promotional periods typically apply only to the balance transfer amount. If you use the card for new purchases, those purchases may begin racking up interest right away. Some cards include a promotional period for purchases as well, but some don't, so you just always want to keep that in mind. Treat the card like a debt repayment tool and not a spending tool in this scenario. So now you should understand how to use these cards correctly. Let's go through the list of every balance transfer credit card of 2026. These cards represent the strongest available offers this year, especially for people who want the longest possible time at 0% interest. So the first bank that we're going to be looking at is Chase. Now, I want to let you know for each and every one of these banks, I have a link down in the description. It will literally take you right to the balance transfer credit cards page, so you don't have to look at each of these cards individually. Just click on the link and you'll be able to see the latest promotions and offers on these cards, because at the time of recording this video, these promotions are valid, but they might be subject to change depending on when you're watching this throughout the year. Now, the first balance transfer card that we're going to look at is the Slate Edge credit card by Chase. You can save on interest with low intro APR for 18 months. Now, this is a card where it's typically focused on just saving you interest. They don't really have any rewards or anything like that to offer, but there is no annual fee. So if you want a long intro APR with no cost for that, then this is a great card to have. Just keep in mind that there's usually a balance transfer fee associated with each and every one of these cards. The next card we're looking at with Chase is the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card. Now, this card actually is good because it includes some rewards. You get unlimited 1.5% cash back, and you can also earn 3% on dining in drugstores and 5% on travel that's purchased through Chase Travel. And this is also one of those cards where you get 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening, and that's going to be on balance transfers and on purchases. So if you did plan on making a purchase or using this card for transactions, then know that you'll be safe with using this card. You won't accrue interest on making personal transactions. This card also has no annual fee, but also be aware there's probably a balance transfer charge of anywhere between 3 to 5%. And the final card that Chase has to offer in 2026 will be the Chase Freedom Flex, and this card has 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening on purchases and balance transfers, and there is no annual fee. Now, with this card, you can earn 5% cash back on up to $1,500 on combined purchases in bonus categories each quarter that you activate. Plus, you earn 5% cash back on travel when you make purchases through Chase Travel, and 3% on dining and drugstores, and 1% on all other purchases. So if you did want to transfer a balance, as well as maybe making some purchases, like maybe a big purchase, and you know that you have 0% APR on those types of transactions, then this card might be good for you. And also, I didn't go over the bonuses that you have, but just be aware that every card will have a promotional bonus, usually a welcome bonus offer. But again, depending on when you watch this, that offer may have changed. Once again, if you want to see any of these cards, link is down in the description. Click on that, read through all the details and make sure that you understand exactly what you're getting into before you apply for any one of these cards. The next bank on our list is going to be Citibank, and they have probably the biggest lineup of balance transfer and 0% APR credit cards out of all the banks on this list. Now, let's begin with the Citi Strata card. In this card, you actually get some really cool offers. You can earn 30,000 bonus points after spending $1,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. But of course, you have the 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. After that, it goes to the standard variable APR. Now, with this card, you can earn 3 thank you points per dollar spent at supermarkets, on select transit, and at gas and EV charging stations. You can earn 2 thank you points per dollar spent at restaurants, and you can earn 3 thank you points per dollar on eligible self-select categories of your choice. And you can choose from fitness clubs, select streaming service, live entertainment, cosmetic stores, barbershops, hair salons, pet supply stores, etc. This card also has no annual fee, but one of the best things is that you can get pre-qualified for this card, so you don't have to take a hard inquiry in order to know if you'll be approved. Next, we have the Citi Custom Cash card. With this card, you can get 5% cash back on your top eligible categories each billing cycle, up to $500. There's no annual fee on this card, and you also get $200 cash back after spending $1,500 on purchases in the first 6 months of account opening. You also get 0% APR for 18 months on balance transfers from date of account opening. Now, on this card, you have to notice it didn't say on purchases you get 0% APR, only balance transfers. You always want to make sure that you read the fine print, and these things are always subject to change. So click the link in the description to make sure these offers are still valid. You can also earn more with Citi Travel with an additional 4% cash back on hotels, car rentals, and attractions with Citi Travel. But again, you want to keep in mind for this card, it doesn't seem like they do this on purchases. So any new purchases that you make, you will have to pay them off within the statement cycle date, or you'll get interest on those transactions. The next card we're looking at is the Citi Diamond Preferred Credit Card. So with this one, you save a lot on interest. It has 0% APR for 21 months on balance transfers and for 12 months on purchases. So if you want to make a purchase, then this one does have it for 1 year, 0% APR. A lot of people forget, so I'm not sure if I would want to use this for that per se, but if you want to do a balance transfer, 21 months, this is one of the longest cards that's going to be on this list. I highly recommend that you check this one out. And like the previous cards, there's no annual fee, and you can also get pre-qualified. As for additional features, this one isn't really like a rewards card. You don't really get much for using it. The benefit really is the balance transfer, but you do have free access to your FICO score, and you also get the MasterCard ID theft protection. Even though a lot of that comes standard, which is on, most cards, it is still nice to have. The next card with Citibank is the Citi Simplicity Credit Card. Now with this card, you get a long 21-month 0% APR from the date of account opening. After that, it's a standard APR. This card also has no annual fee. And there's one feature on this card that I love more than anything else. You get no late fees or penalty rates ever. You can choose to pay your bill on any available due date, and that can be in the beginning, the middle, or the end of the month. So you get to enjoy the flexibility of paying your full balance or just the minimum payment each month. Now, this card does have 0% APR for 12 months on purchases, and then after that, it goes back to the standard variable rate, but I wouldn't recommend using this for purchases. I think this card is great for balance transfers. You get the long intro APR. You also have the benefit of getting to pay your bill whenever you feel like it. This to me is the best balance transfer card of 2026. But again, it's only as good as your strategy, so just make sure that it makes sense if you're going to apply for this card. You also have the option to get pre-qualified, so I highly recommend that you use it. On this card, you earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchases, and that's going to be 1% when you buy and 1% when you pay. You also have a $200 cash back bonus that you get after spending $1,500 on purchases in the first 6 months of account opening. Now, this one has a 0% intro APR for 18 months on balance transfers from the date of account opening. And once again, notice the language. This one does not give you 0% APR on actual purchases, only balance transfers. Other than that, there really isn't any real benefits. You can earn more with Citi Travel, so you get the 5% cash back on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked through Citi Travel. But other than that, there really is no other benefit to this card, no annual fee, and like the others, you can get pre-qualified. Once again, link down in the description. Click on this and always read through it because things can change. The third bank on our list is going to be Wells Fargo. Now, Wells Fargo doesn't have many options, but I do think that they're pretty good. We're going to start with the Wells Fargo Reflect card. The Wells Fargo Reflect gives you 0% intro APR for 21 months from account opening on purchases and qualifying balance transfers. So that is pretty good that you get it on both, and you need to make that balance transfer within 120 days from account opening to qualify for the introductory rate. This card also has no annual fee, but like some of the other cards with long APR, there really isn't any other benefit. This is really just a card that you use just to save on interest for a long period of time, and that is pretty much it. Now, the second card that Wells Fargo has to offer is the Wells Fargo Active Cash. With this one, you can earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases, which is pretty standard, but it is nice to have that. You also have a bonus where you can earn $200 when you spend $500 in purchases in the first 90 days. On this one, you get 0% APR for 12 months from account opening on purchases and qualifying balance transfers. And just like the previous card, it needs to be made within 120 days to qualify for the intro rate and fee. Other than that, you have no annual fee on this card, so it isn't going to cost you anything extra to keep it open. And at the end of the promotional period, you still have the unlimited 2% cash rewards on this card. At the time of recording this video, you also have the option to pre-qualify for these credit cards with no impact to your credit score. I highly recommend that you use that. And if you already have a relationship with Wells Fargo, then this might be a good thing to pre-qualify and see what they can offer you. I would say if you have a relationship, chances are you may start out with a higher limit, which can be an advantage to getting a card with them. The fourth bank on our list is going to be US Bank. We're currently on usbank.com, and I'm going to scroll down and take a look at the first option that we have, and that's going to be the US Bank Smartly Visa Signature Card. One thing I like is that you get 2% cash back. You also have no annual fee. That is always amazing to see on these types of cards. And you get the 0% APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 12 billing cycles. You'll probably notice a pattern here where if the card has rewards where you can earn cash back, you have a shorter 0% APR time frame. It's hard to actually get both, honestly, but if you wanted to get great cash rewards, if you wanted to also get like 2.5% cash back with qualifying balances between $10,000 and $49,999, or 3% or even 4% with balances up to $100,000, that's just the range depending on how much money you're leaving in your US bank account. This card may be a great option for you, especially if you already have a relationship with US Bank. The next card that we're going to look at is the US Bank Shield Visa card. Now, this card will have the longest 0% APR on this list. You get 24 months. They give you 2 years of 0% APR, and you get that on purchases and balance transfers for the first 24 months. After that, then it's the standard variable APR. You also get 4% cash back on prepaid air, hotels, and car reservations booked directly through the travel center when you use this card. There's also no annual fee. So if you were someone who traveled a lot and you also wanted the longest 0% APR, then I would say that this card is the best option for you. After that, we have the US Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature Card. With this one, you can earn $200 cash back right now. Again, at the time of recording this video, that is subject to change. You can also get up to 5% cash back on 2 categories that you choose each quarter. There's probably a cap on that, so keep that in mind. You get 2% cash back on everyday categories that you choose each quarter, and 1% cash back on all other eligible purchases. This card has no annual fee. You also get 0% APR for 15 billing cycles, and that's going to be on purchases and balance transfers, and then it goes to the standard variable APR. If you ask me, this card has a great balance of rewards with a decent APR intro. If you have a relationship with US Bank, then definitely check this out. I also have an entire video that goes over all the US Bank credit cards, and if you want some tips and tricks on approvals and how to get higher limits, I highly recommend that you watch that video. The last card on this list will be the US Bank Altitude Gold Visa Signature Card. With this card, you can earn 20,000 bonus points at the time of recording this video. You also get 4x points on dining, takeout, restaurants for your first $2,000 spent each quarter. You get 2x at grocery stores, gas stations, EV charging stations, 2x points on streaming services, and then 1x points on all other eligible purchases, plus a $15 credit for annual streaming service purchases. There is no annual fee on this card, and you also get 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 15 billing cycles. After that, it's the standard variable APR. And if you want this card, it just depends on how you spend, because you can really go with the US Bank Altitude, or you can also go with the US Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature Card. It all just depends on what you use more and how you want to actually get points or earn cash back. But the intro APR for balance transfers will basically be the exact same no matter which one of these that you choose. However, if you want the longest one, the Shield card is definitely the best option for US Bank. The fifth bank on our list is going to be Bank of America, and currently we are on bankofamerica.com. We're going to start with the Bank of America Custom Cash Rewards card. This card is now offering 6% cash back in the category of your choice for the first year, plus a $200 online cash rewards bonus offer. Once again, that's at the time of recording this video. This card also offers 3% cash back plus 3% first year cash back bonus. You also get 2% cash back at grocery stores and wholesale clubs, and a limited 1% back on everything else. Now for the 0% APR, you'll get that for the first 15 billing cycles for purchases and for any balance transfers, but you need to make that in the first 60 days of account opening. After that, the APR offer will end and the variable APR rate will kick in. Next, we have the Bank of America Unlimited Cash Rewards card with a new offer of unlimited 2% cash back on purchases for the first year, plus a $200 online cash reward bonus offer. And there is no limit to the amount of cash back that you can earn, and it won't expire. So that is a pretty cool feature for this card to have at the time of recording this video. There's also 0% intro APR for 15 billing cycles for purchases and for any balance transfers. And for this one, it actually shows us the 3% intro balance transfer fee for the first 60 days of your account opening. If you don't do a balance transfer in that time, then it jumps up to 4%. So it will cost you if you wait too long. And last, we have the Bank of America Travel Rewards card. Now with this one, you can get 25,000 online bonus points, and that's a $250 value at the time of recording this video. I did want to mention, and I didn't mention it with the other cards, there was no annual fee. With this card, there is no foreign transaction fees if you actually make a transaction while you're traveling abroad. Now you can earn a limited 1.5 points for every dollar that you spend, and that's going to be on all purchases. That's everywhere, every time. And then you also get 0% APR on this card for 15 billing cycles for purchases and for balance transfers. And then the same things apply as far as the fees and the time frame that you need to transfer that balance. Now with all of these cards with Bank of America, to me, they're not really good, they're not really bad. They have a decent intro APR. The benefits are, good. I would say if you have a relationship with Bank of America, then I guess it might make sense for you to get their cards. This isn't the best balance transfer or 0% APR offers, or even rewards for that matter, but it is an option for you if you do have any sort of banking experience or any relationship with Bank of America. Bank of America also has some other cards for students, just so you're aware. They have the same thing, the custom cash rewards for students. I won't go over this because the offer is the exact same. They also have the unlimited cash rewards for students, as well as the travel rewards for students. And then they have the Susan G. Komen custom cash rewards credit card. Again, all the structures are pretty much the exact same when it comes to these cards, so there's no need to go over them. Just know that there are some alternatives when it comes to students, or if you want to have this Susan G. Komen card that helps fight breast cancer. Once again, the link is down in the description. It'll take you directly to this page, and I always recommend you read because anything is subject to change. Next up on our list, we have Discover. Now, Discover actually has some decent offers when it comes to their cards. You can also pre-qualify for all of these cards, so keep that in mind. With the Discover It Cashback credit card, you get unlimited dollar-for-dollar match for all the cashback that you earn at the end of your first year automatically, and there is no limit to how much you can actually earn. You also get 5% cash back on everyday purchases at different places you shop each quarter, up to the quarterly maximum when you activate that feature, plus 1% cash back on all other purchases. There is no annual fee, and for our balance transfer, you get 0% APR for 15 months. That's also on purchases, and it is a 3% intro balance transfer fee until February 10th of 2026. On this one, you get 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers, as well as that 3% intro balance transfer fee until February 10th of 2026. You also earn 1.5x miles on every dollar for every purchase, from hotels to grocery stores to online shopping. This card also has no annual fee, and the rewards to me are kind of iffy, but if you do have a Discover card right now and you think that maybe you want to get this one as well, definitely try to pre-qualify. The Discover It Chrome Gas and Restaurant credit card will give you the same unlimited dollar-for-dollar match, but you also earn 2% cash back at gas stations, restaurants, up to $1,000 in combined purchases each quarter automatically, plus you earn 1% cash back on all other purchases. You also get 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers, and like before, all the other things apply as far as the fees. Finally, we have the NHL Discover It credit card, and this one is pretty much the same as our previous card, except for that it has the NHL Discover It logo. You get the unlimited dollar for dollar, you earn 5% cash back on everyday purchases, and you also get 0% intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers, with that 3% intro balance transfer fee until February 10th of 2026, as well as no annual fee. You also have cards for all 32 teams, if that was something that you were interested in. Other than that, it's pretty much the exact same. I would say the only benefit here is that you can get that dollar for dollar match if you planned on spending money on this card for new purchases. All right, our next bank is going to be Capital One. We're currently on CapitalOne.com, and we'll look at our first card, which is going to be the Quicksilver Rewards. Now, I do want to mention, when it comes to Capital One, they have different tiers when it comes to their cards. We talked about this when I mentioned their bucketing system. Now, with Capital One, this will be the Quicksilver Rewards, and I believe this is the one for if your credit is good to excellent. Now, with this one, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back. You can also enjoy a $100 credit to use towards flights, stays, rental cars whenever you book it through Capital One Travel during your first cardholder year. Plus, you earn $200 in cash bonuses once you spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months of account opening. As for the APR, you get 0% intro APR for 15 months. After that, it goes to the standard variable interest rate. Now, on this card, I don't see where it says 0% APR for purchases. It says balance transfers, and it lets you know a fee will apply. There is no annual fee, but again, you always want to double check this stuff. The link is down in the description. I highly recommend that you double check before applying. Next, we have the Venture One Rewards card. You can earn 1.25 miles per dollar on every purchase, plus 5 miles per dollar on hotels, vacation rentals, and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. This will be for the people in the excellent credit category. So again, if you're looking at Capital One, there are bucketing tiers. You have to check that out. And with this one, you get 0% APR for 15 months as well. There is no annual fee. And then finally, we have the Savor Rewards card. I think this one has the best rewards. You earn 3% cash back at grocery stores, dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services, plus 1% cash back on all other purchases. You also earn 8% cash back on Capital One entertainment purchases. And just like the other cards, there is a limited time offer that you get. Your credit does have to be excellent, but this one, it's a 0% intro APR for 12 months. And like the running theme of this entire list, you always notice that the cards that offer the more rewards tend to have a lower 0% APR time frame. However, there is no annual fee, and as you guys are probably aware, you can pre-qualify for Capital One credit cards so you can see what you're approved for with no impact to your credit score. And our final bank is going to be American Express. Now, American Express has two balance transfer options. The first one that we're looking at is the Blue Cash Preferred Card. There is no annual fee on this card for the first year. After that, it is $95, so for some, that might be a drawback. I would say this card though has some great benefits. You get 6% cash back at US supermarkets on up to $6,000 in purchases. You also get 6% cash back on select US streaming services. You also get 3% cash back on transit purchases. There's 3% cash back on US gas stations. There's also 1% cash back on everything else. And then you get the 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months from the date of account opening. So with this one, I would say, hey, look, if you want a card that's going to give you a lot of benefits as far as cash back and rewards, and you just want to use that 0% APR balance transfer for, let's say, a small balance, and then you're going to continue using this card in the future, then I would say this one is the card for you. After that, we have the Blue Cash Everyday Card. This card has no annual fee. You get 3% cash back at US supermarkets on up to $6,000. Then it's 1%. You get 3% cash back on US online retail purchases. And then you also get 3% cash back at US gas stations up to $6,000 in purchases. After that, it's 1%. For all other transactions, you get 1% cash back. And finally, you have the 0% intro APR on purchases and balance transfers for 15 months from the date of account opening. Now, when it comes to this card, I think this is the best option that you can get with American Express for long term. There is no annual fee. There are great benefits, and you get 15 months. This all just pretty much depend on exactly what you're trying to do. Now, on this list, we've covered very long intro APRs. We've covered short, we've covered medium. The only thing that I would say is you want to focus on the bank that, one, you have a relationship with, and number two, they have benefits that you can see yourself using well into the future. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now you know all of the best balance transfer cards of 2026, and you should also know how to use them correctly. Now, these cards are not shortcuts. They are strategic tools that work when you have a clear plan in place to use them. So if your goal is to eliminate debt before the promotional period ends, then every dollar you pay goes further with a lot of these cards, especially the ones with longer offers. Leave a comment and let me know which card that you're interested in, as well as which ones you were approved for. Those data points help everyone in the community, and I greatly appreciate when you guys leave those types of comments. Also, let me know in the comments if you like maybe a top 5 list of the best balance transfer cards, or even a list of the best business balance transfer cards. That way, if you have utilization that's high, you can get that off of your personal credit report, since most business credit cards don't report to your personal credit. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it, and you guys have a wonderful day.